This is a guy we haven't seen for a while, Bob Sherry. Sherry's taken him! Sherry's taken him!
Local drag racer Bob Sherry.
Sherry will take the win.
Local driver Bob Sherry represented South Australia in Saturday night's Interstate Challenge against Victoria.
I'm Bob Sherry. I've been involved in drag racing since 1964. I was 14 years old. Before that, 8, 9 years old, I still recall going to shops and looking at the book stand and trying to read as much as I could about drag racing. There was always some sort of hot rod magazine there. Probably the biggest thing that influenced me, I read this book. It was called The Train Man Wins. In there it said, if you had a gallon of petrol evenly distributed underneath the Empire State Building, there's enough energy to lift it 1 foot in the air. So that really got me thinking. Father always had a service station, and I was always there on my way to school, on the way back, and I learnt about simple things in motor vehicles. I always wanted to do it, even though my parents, being of ethnic persuasion, were dead against me doing anything with motor racing, but I always had to hide things. But no, I do recall I was probably lucky that way that I always wanted to do it. Nothing else dissuaded me. What's the highlight for me is actually winning. I like to race. I know that we all started on the street, but I always wanted to actually race, not just brag. I can remember the first time that Lisa, my daughter, your mum, raced the Commodore.
He got given another shell to turn into a race car that was a bit more modern, and he said to me, hey look, do you want to have a go? And I went, yeah, sure. I was crapping myself, of course, and he found a bunch of stuff kicking around on the floor in the shed and chucked it together, and here we are 26 years later.
Man, was I nervous first time she went out there. God, I was really frightened, but she did really well straight off.
Highlights for me would be when my dad and I have won at the same meeting.
And then the highlight of the whole thing was actually her and I winning a meeting at the same time. We've done that twice.
Actually 3 times now, so.
That is really something. Family involvement, very important to me. To do it with her, and she won, and also my other daughter, Leanne. She likes to crew with Lisa. And to have the whole family there and win as a bonus is a big thing, is a very happy thing.
That's what it's all about. This is finals action out here, ladies and gentlemen, in Supercharged Outlaw.
I've actually won that meeting 6 previous times, but they never gave you a gold Christmas tree. Oh God, you could see there's plaques and silver Christmas trees.
What's on both cars also, Michael. Absolutely, Bob Sherry, 74 years of age, cuts 099, Larry McNeil 06.
Gold Christmas tree you only got at the Winter Nationals in Queensland or the Nationals in Calder, Victoria. That's when you got a gold one.
Larry's coming on strong. Larry might have gone out of it. Bob Sherry, let's take a look. Does Bob go through? 7.92 on a 785. He takes the win, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands up, Bob Sherry. He's been racing a long time, and great to see the man take another win.
It's a great thing to win that one. A big thing. Obviously, the crowd seemed to respond to it very big.
Yeah, we've just been talking. So back in the day when Bob got most wins, back, the legend of Bob Sherry, that was back when you got plaques. But that is his first gold Christmas tree.
It is. He's got the old school plaques, but at 73 years of age, Bob Sherry wins a gold Christmas tree.
How good. Come on, South Australia. That is so cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. That is magic. That will make his year.
But to me, it's just a gold version of what I've already won.
Dad actually having his hands on a gold Christmas tree, yes, there've been so many previous wins, so many, and a bunch of those would equate to a Christmas tree in today's world, but for the actual physical Christmas tree, to see my dad holding that, there wasn't a dry eye in the place.
I was very emotional. I could see Lisa was crying, and a lot of other people were crying that I couldn't believe were. I couldn't quite grasp the excitement of the night. You know, it was just a trophy to me, but I just couldn't quite absorb why everyone was so emotional about it.
There was 20 to 30,000 people and everybody cheering. It was like the people's champion. I was standing in the bend on the track. It's a bit like a coliseum because the people are around you. The atmosphere, I can't even describe it, but we were all crying. It was just such a big moment for us, and to see all the fans cheering, and it was, you know, they made a big deal of it as well, was really special, and it's one that I won't forget.
Oh, it was great. I mean, watching Bob race growing up and against my dad, and you know, to see someone from all the way back then with all those memories achieve something so great was awesome.
Growing up, watching Bob run, which is now Lisa's car, back in the day, with the iconic thumb out the window all the time, and then working at the track, watching it close up. It was just always watching him win. It's just the best to see him bring home a win, bring home a tree. It's just the best.
Always a very emotional scene when that sort of stuff happens, and I'm bloody well hope I get one next.
It took me probably a couple of weeks to let it sink in that it was such a big thing. You know, it just took a while. I don't know, maybe that's human nature, I'm not sure, but it took a while for me to get it to sink in. I didn't jump up and down and rest on my laurels or anything. I looked at the trophy a few times and think, oh, it seemed to have a big effect on the spectators and my family. It was nice to win, do something like that with your family is the ultimate, you know, it really is. No matter what class you're racing, whether it's a real low class or a high class, it doesn't really matter. It's just doing things together with the family is very important. It's, I think it's great. I think that having the family there probably meant more than actually winning that trophy.
For me to have my own family involved as well, now third generation, I'm second generation, is just so special.
Oh, it's always the best, as you know. We're all chilling out, a few beers afterwards, and try and win a meeting.
The big thing that makes me happy, as I've said it before, is to go out there, race, have a good time, and have the family with me. It's good. It's very exciting. Win or lose. And my wife's very supportive. She likes to travel now. Keeps reminding me that, you know, you've got to travel now because one day you won't be able to. Which we do. We fit it in. But I still got pretty focused on racing. So I am. I remember going in America, I met the Golden Greek, Chris Kamasinis. He was 85 or 86 years old running Top Fuel. So I thought, well, if he can do it, I can do it. So I met him and I took a photo with him, looking at him, how he operated. I thought, yeah, we could do that. I'll keep going. So I can keep doing it. I'm not totally disabled or anything. I can still do pretty good. I can quite flexible. I can work late. I can work hard. So I'll just keep at it until I can't. Just keep at it. I just like to race.